All right, well, I went out and I bought 10 of these Freud routers. Well, the question you have for me is, Willie, why did you buy 10 of the same routers? And actually, that's the same question my wife asked me. I can see why you have 2 or 3 routers in the shop, but why 10 of the same routers? And it's to kick off my official campaign to have Bosch, yes, actually Bosch, not Freud, but Bosch, revive and bring back this FT1700 router. This is a statement that, of course, requires a little bit of explanation. Around about 2009, Bosch bought rights to the power tool division of Freud. And now not the bit and blade division of Freud, which is really their bread and butter, but they acquired rights to the power tool division. And part of that current lineup was the FT1700. They also offered it as a FT1702, which was a combo kit with a plunge router. And while the plunge router wasn't exceptional in quality or performance, this fixed base was really excellent in a router table. I've used most every router on the market today, and one of the big weaknesses for any router that's, say, not in a router lift and you want to mount in a router table, the problem is the collet doesn't extend far enough above the table to make those bit changes easy. And as a result, you usually have to pull the whole operation out of the table or try to remove the inner insert ring and use bent wrenches, and it's just not quite as easy as it could be. Well, with a couple of models like this Freud and the Triton models that are really built to be in a router table without a router lift, they make that process a whole lot easier. Just press the black button so you can raise the router to its top position, and that'll give you excellent access to the collet on top of your router table. Now the great thing about that is you just flip the Callit Lock, which is a hands-free Callit Lock on this model, and you don't have to press and hold a button, you just flip a lever, and then you can easily make those 1-wrench bit changes. And that seems to be a real advantage. In fact, this model has the easiest bit changes of any router I've used. You can easily adjust the bit height with the included wrench. Not only that, you can lock the collet topside and lock in your router once you have your bit height set. And if you don't feel like doing the topside adjustment, everything is really easy to reach from underneath as well. Easiest 1-wrench bit changes ever. But why do I want Bosch to make another router? They already offer the nice 1617 and the MRC23 routers, both really nice units in their own right. The MRC23 might not be the first choice for a router table because the low voltage track on the motor might make it difficult to mount with a router lift. But if you're using the 1617, that's a popular router to use in a table if you have your own lift. But if you don't, and you're just trying to make use of the factory fixed base in a router table, the one limitation there is the collet doesn't raise high enough above the router table for easy bit changes. So that's the one improvement Bosch could make by reinventing and bringing back this FT1700. So that hands-free Callit Lock is a pretty neat feature on the Freud and only really outdone by one router, which is the Triton, because that has the automatic Callit Lock. Basically, as you raise the router up in the table, the Callit Lock automatically engages so you're ready to change bits. Well, no other router on the market offers an automatic Callit Lock, or so I thought, until I opened the last 2 boxes of these 10 routers that I purchased, and they actually had an automatic Callit Lock feature. If you want a router topic comparing all sorts of different routers, check out my router comparo video. We'll link up to it here, but I'll also drop a link in the description box. Here's the hands-free Callit Lock system on the Freud. Just rotate the shaft and that'll lock into place for bit changes. One nice thing about this system is you can access it via a port topside with the included wrench, or it's pretty easy to activate manually from under your table. So I already thought that system was pretty cool until I saw this one. This is the Freud version with the automatic Callit Lock. And to accomplish that, there's a cone-shaped component here, and the Callit Lock shaft has been chamfered a little bit here so that when you position the router, it automatically engages that lock. Just rotate your shaft and bingo, you're ready to go. I didn't flip any other lever there. That's pretty cool. All right, Bosch, what do you say? Let's see what this FT1700 would look like in a nice shade of blue. As always, your comments are welcomed and appreciated, so drop me a line if you have any questions on routers. Remember to subscribe to the Thoughtful Woodworker channel. And of course, I'll put links in the description box below to all these routers that we talked about today. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. That's pretty cool. That's a really good idea. How come more routers don't do that? What you say, Bosch? You in?